Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is the entrance to my comic room. Uh, and I'm going to do my annual tour. So every year I plan to do like a comic book room tour. And I'm going to show you my whole kind of comic collection and layout for my, my comic room. So this is the outside. And I'm going to go zoom in and I'm going to show you everything that's there. So it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to pause the video and then show you some of the stuff that's on the walls. So this is what it looks like a little bit more up close. I'm going to just go through the titles. This is X-Men 101. And then we got X-Men 121, which is the first. Let me see if I can try to record this in a good way. I don't know. And then we got, I just did a video about this one, 129. And then we got 130, which is the first Dazzler. And then we got 154, which is the first Binary. And then we got Mr. Sinister's first appearance. And then we got Jubilee's first appearance. I'm going to try to go around the room a little bit. And yeah, so I'm just going to pause it. So then we get into X-Men 96. And then we got X-Men Giant Size X-Men I should say. And then New Mutants. Annual number 2, which is the first Psylocke. And then we got the first Deadpool. And then we got some All-Star comics. This is the top row, so it's the hardest to show. That one's missing a centerfold, so it's a 0.5 grade. Then we got, so that's All-Star 4. Then we got All-Star 15. All-Star 21, and All-Star 35, and All-Star 37, which is the first Injustice. And then we got Harley Quinn's first appearance in Batgirl, or Batman Adventures 12. And then we got her origin, still not in continuity. And then we got Harley Quinn in continuity there. See if I can angle it a bit better. Then we got Lois Lane, number 70, which is the first Catwoman in the Silver Age. And then we got the first Poison Ivy, which is Batman 181. And then we got first Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. And then we got She-Hulk's first appearance. And we got Night Nurses. So at the end there, all Night Nurses. And then we got, the next row is like all my Hulk. Sort of like, we got Hulk 182, 181. Sorry if I can maybe zoom in a bit on that. And then we got Hulk 180. And then we got the first Hulk title, or I should say, like, where he's got his, it's not his first title, but kind of first title, like first ongoing that actually lasted. And then we got Incredible Hulk, the Immortal Hulk, I should say. And then we got Vengeance. And then we got Miss Marvel, number 1. Then we got the New Young Avengers, or Young Adventures, I should say. And then we got the Immortal Hulk, number 1. So sort of bookended number 1 and 2 there. This one is a special comic that was devoted to AOC, a female politician that's kind of popular. And we got a funny book and Air Pilot Funnies, which is, these are two kind of interesting books. One is censored not censored, but uncensored version of the Disney cartoons. Like he's carrying dope, and it's got a bit of sexual content. And Funny Book #1 is the first appearance of Cherry Pop Tart. So kind of a cool comic. And then the next row, kind of going down, this is my sort of DC section. So these are all my Aquaman. I gotta rebag them, so they need to be rebagged. But we got a few. So we got first like Black Manta, and then first Mira, and then we get the first titled Aquaman, and then we get the first series, I guess, #1 of the series. That's Aquaman #1. Then we got the first showcase Aquaman, which is the first titled Aquaman, I should say. Then the next row is The Crow 1 and 2 from the first series. That's the first appearance of the Crow in full. Then we got All-Star Western, which is the first Jonah Hex. I'm going to try to move out a bit so you can see this. This is Tomb of Dracula #10, which is the first Blade. Silver Surfer #1. And then Hero for Hire, which is the first Luke Cage, I should say, Luke Cage. And then we got Ghost Rider #1. And next to it is Ghost Rider Marvel Spotlight, the first appearance of Ghost Rider. And then we got Captain America 110, which is the first, was that 110 or 100? It's like, I'll pause. Sorry, I meant Captain America 100, which is the first kind of, bringing back Captain America into the Silver Age. And then we got Superboy 68, which is the first Bizarro. And then we got Action Comics 252, which is the first Supergirl. And the next row is my Spider-Man section, #18, which is the first Ned Leeds. Then we had the first Gwen Stacy, and that's in 31. Then we had the first Kingpin, first Prowler, first Morbius, first Hobgoblin, first Punisher. Then we got Spider-Man 300, which is the first Venom, and then next to it is Carnage. And then you'll see, okay, I'll move over. I'll show those in a second. I'll go down to the next row first. So we got Amazing Spider-Man Annual. Kind of zoom out a bit here. Then we got the first Craven, which is in, it's like here, I'll go down. It's a little bit easier now. Amazing Spider-Man 15, and then 14, which is first Green Goblin. Hopefully not getting too much glare. They're all in mylar, so a bit of glare. Sorry for that. And then we got first Mysterio. Then we got Electro, first appearance. This is a UK edition, kind of interesting. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man #4, first Sandman. Then first Doc Ock, which is #3. And then #2. And then, strangely out of place, is my Adventure Comics 210, which is the first Wonder Dog, or Crypto, I should say, Crypto. And then we got, my next row is like kind of like cartoon related ones. So we got Dennis the Menace, Scooby-Doo, first Uncle Scrooge, which is in 4-color 178. And then we got the first titled Uncle Scrooge, which is 386. Then the first Smurfs as a comic. It was previously in a magazine. And then we got the first Invincible. And then Archie's Madhouse, which is the first Sabrina the Witch. And then we got Felix the Cat. This is the first Felix the Cat. Not first appearance, but just first series. And then we got, this is like Little Dot. This is an early Richie Rich appearance. I'm going to switch that out. I'm going to get, I have Little Dot #1 on its way, so it's going to be coming soon. I'm going to go back up a bit and show you the last row over here. So we got my Amazing Spider-Man 300, and then we're going to 361, and then we got my first Iron Man. That's Tales of Suspense 39, Tales of Suspense 52, which is the first Black Widow. And then we got 53, which is kind of the origin of the Watcher and stuff. And then we got Legion of Monsters. That's Marvel Premiere 28. It's kind of where they all team up. And then we got Werewolf by Night #1 and Marvel Spotlight #2, which is the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. And then we got my goons. These are all my goons. And then we're going to go back to the DC section. So this is just under my Aquaman. These are Batman, like the more modern Batmans, if that makes sense. But even though they're Silver Age. So this is Batman 189. I always forget what number. It's the first Scarecrow in the Silver Age. And this is just a very famous Neil Adams cover. Just a 227. It's just a really great cover. It's an homage to an earlier detective, or I believe it's Detective Comics. I think it's 30-something. Then we got another Neil Adams. I just really like Neil Adams' artwork. So this is Batman 241. And then we got Teen Titans 12, which is the first Batman Who Laughs. And then we got Batman Who Laughs #1. And then we got the first Penguin in the Silver Age, which is Batman 155, I believe. Yeah, okay, I'm right about that, actually. Okay, and then we got Batman 139, which is the first Batgirl. It's like the original Batgirl. And then we got Batman 121, which is the first Mr. Freeze. And then we got, he's actually not called, he's called Mr. Zero in the original. He gets his name redone later. And I'll show you that one in a second. Then we got, this is the first Mad Hatter and first Vivian Lane, or Vicky Vale, I should say, Vicky Vale. I just had a blank on. And then we got Alfred. This is kind of like the first Alfred where he's skinny. He was normally fat. Then we got in behind, I know it's kind of weird, but in behind, we got the first Martian Manhunter, which is 225. Detective Comics. These are all my Detective Comics. Then we have the first Batgirl. Can't really see it. I'm gonna move in. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of zoomed in so much. I don't know why it's zoomed in so much. Can't really fix that. Sorry. Then we got, Then we got the first Detective Comics with Batgirl. And this is the one where Mr. Freeze actually gets his name, Mr. Freeze. So this is where he gets called Mr. Freeze. I really like Mr. Freeze as a character, and it's Detective Comics 373. And then this is just a really cool Neil Adams signed piece. And it's the first appearance of Man-Bat. And then along this wall, since I might as well finish it since I'm here, we got New Mutants, first appearance. Then we got some Wolverine. So Wolverine, the first limited series, and then the first number 8, which is kind of like a cool cover. And then we got my Sensation Comics #1. That's the first appearance of Mr. Terrific. I'm actually going to do a Guess Who about that. So if you watch this video, you'll know the answer to my next Guess Who, maybe. And then we got the first Shazam, originally called Captain Marvel. But this is where Shazam, Captain Marvel basically enters DC. So that's his first appearance in the modern age. Well, Bronze Age, actually. And then we got Shazam 25, which is the first appearance of Isis, or Iris. Isis. Isis? I think it's Isis, actually. Kind of weird name. And then we got, back here, kind of show it. We got Pussycat #1, which is kind of a cool Bill Ward comic. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just a really cool comic, very underappreciated, but actually quite expensive. It's kind of doubled in price since I bought it, strangely. It's quite expensive. Then we got Tales of Suspense 57, which is the first Hawkeye. And then we got Marvel Premiere 15, which is the first, what's his name? Iron Fist. What am I thinking? It says right on it too. Sorry, long day. Then we got, I moved my She-Hulk. They used to be on my wall inside my room, but now I moved them out just because I put other things there. So we got Sensational She-Hulk #1, and then we got the jump rope one, which is She-Hulk number 40. And then down at the very bottom, I got Liberty Meadows, and the first appearance of Shakal. And this is in Gru the Wanderer. And it's a signed copy. It's got a really cool signature. Okay, so that's that section. And we got one more thing to show in the back here, which is a whole bunch of slabs. We got first Mary Marvel, first Mr. Mind, and a whole bunch of my Captain Marvel little display collection here. I really like this one, even though it doesn't look like much. It's the first time that he's referred to as the Big Red Cheese, so it's kind of a cool key. And then behind I have like just some other. This is another Mr. Mind, just an early appearance of Mr. Mind, where he's kind of in a cameo, I guess. And then at the bottom here, I got my Green Lanterns. So this is really my DC section in this kind of corner. Then we got the first sort of Bronze Age Green Lantern and Green Arrow. And then we got the first appearance of like Hal Jordan or something. Is it Hal Jordan? Or I always get the Green Lanterns mixed up. I can almost, maybe I'll zoom in. You can see the label. There, you can see the label. You can know the answer. Who that first appearance is. And then we got my X-Men at the very bottom. I just didn't have room, so that's the Gambit is in the corner there. It's really crazy the way I had to put it. Okay, then we go back. 2 more rows, actually. So I have a lot of slabs outside my main area, which is kind of funny. Okay, so we got Guardians of the Galaxy, and then we got Groot, and then more Groot, Tales to Astonish Groot, then the first Star-Lord, and then we got the first Thanos and Drax, and then we got the first comic appearance of Rocket Raccoon, then we got the first Flintstones, we got the first Bone, and then the first Simpsons. And then we got X-Men #2 at the very bottom here. I'm gonna zoom in. X-Men 3, 4, 10. I actually have the other like in between issues in like they're raw, so they're in a box. Okay, so number 10, which is the first Khazar. Then first Juggernaut, number 12. And then 58, which is Havoc. And then we got X-Men 13, which is out of order. I gotta switch that around. That'll drive me crazy. I gotta switch that. Okay, after this video, I'm gonna switch that around. That bothers me. It's out of order. And then we got Banshee, and then that's Frankenstein. It was kind of a weird crossover issue, but I got it in really high grades. So I was quite happy. It was quite cheap, actually. I got it for a really good price. It's before the X-Men really kind of took off, so I'm gonna go up again. So you saw my Hulk. I kind of went through it really quickly. But then we go down and we get into the Moon Knights. So we get Moon Knight 25, Moon Knight #1, Marvel Spotlight on Moon Knight, which is the first, titled Moon Knight. And then we got Werewolf by Night 32, which is the first appearance of Moon Knight. And then we have Journey into Mystery, which is the first Thor, number 83. Then number 85, which is the first Loki, which I really like Loki. I'm a big fan of Loki. Then we got the High Evolutionary in 134, and then 337, and that's Beta Ray Bill. He's kind of another cool character. And then we got Justice League section. So we got Justice League 38, which is the kind of like Silver Age Dr. Fate. It's actually a key book. Not many people realize that this is kind of a key book. And then we got 23, which is the first Queen Bee. She's kind of a cool character too. And then we got the first Mr. Light in Justice League 12. And then we got Justice League #1. And then we got the last two rows, which are all Wonder Woman, modern Wonder Woman. So we got #1, number 7, which is we're getting into like the Panther, Cheetah. Why am I saying Panther? Cheetah, first appearances. And then we got 105. She's actually the first appearance of like a super kind of what's her name? I'm gonna zoom in so everyone can see her label. She's okay. That's her first appearance. I got it in 9/8, so I was quite happy about that. Then we got sort of a great bondage cover, 205. And then we got the first Silver Age Cheetah, I guess. Or maybe the origin, I don't know. I think it's like just a Cheetah 2 or something. I don't know what it is, something Cheetah. It's one of the features, I think it says. I can't read anything anymore. But I think that's one of the early Cheetahs. And then we got Wonder Woman 159, which is kind of her origin retold. And then we got 98, which is the first Silver Age Wonder Woman. Silver Age Wonder Woman. And then we go back up here, and you see the door handle. I'm going to open the door, and then we're going to see inside. But that's it. I'm going to pause. Okay, so this is when I open the door. This is what you see when you first come into the comic room. So you'll see I put a whole bunch of slabs. I really didn't have enough wall space, so I put a bunch of slabs there. I actually have several boxes, about 6 boxes of slabs that aren't even shown. And some of them are pretty great. It's kind of sad not to show them, but this is just a quick look, and I'll zoom in afterwards and show you everything. So this is just a quick overview of some of the stuff that's in here. I'm going to kind of show. So in behind all these slabs is more boxes. So there's actually like long boxes and short boxes behind the comics. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to show this other side. You can see some of my long boxes. And on top, I actually have a whole bunch of slabs that I need to sort out. Haven't had a chance to really get through and clean them up yet. Kind of needs to be sorted out. but I'll just give a quick view. And then up top here, I'm going to show you that there's even more. I put all my showcase. It's kind of like my little showcase enclave. I have all my showcase books in there. But I'll show you up close. I'm going to pause it and then show you all the stuff up close. Okay, so here's the up close. There's a bit of glare because of the way the light is, but it's these pot lights that I have. But I'm just going to show you the top row. So we got Miss Fury, we got Miss Mask, Blonde Phantom, Lady Luck's first series, Fire Hair, #1. And then we got some Jungle Comics. This is all my Good Girl stuff at the top here. Golden Age Good Girl. Torchy. Then Junior. Sunny. And then some cool Archies. Which is Archie. And then Ginger. And then Susie. And then we got Tales to Astonish. All the keys. So his first appearance. And I'll zoom in so you can see that. Really that's his first appearance, and then his first appearance in costume, and then the first appearance of the Wasp. Sorry about the reflection, it's kind of weird. And then we got in behind, actually I'm going to show you, like you can see I got like my Warren collection in behind some of the stuff there. It's kind of crazy. And then we got my Thor like row. Just all the Jane Foster related Thor ones. And then we got, sorry about all this glare, it's kind of weird. Sandman collection. A little bit of Sandman, #1 and #4 and #8. Those are all kind of key issues. And then we got my Star Wars. Star Wars #1, #42. And then the last issue, 107. And then you can see some of the slabs. That's the first Torchy there. Got some cool Avengers books. Early Wonder Woman is behind the Junior. Oops. Oh, sorry. As I knock it down. They're very precarious. So we got, and then we got, I'm going to have to zoom out again. Okay, so let me zoom out again. And I can show you the next row. So then we got Adventure Comics #61. That's the first Starman. And then we got the first Spirit, first Phantom Stranger, first cover appearance of Superboy. And that's in More Fun. Then we got the first Sandman, which is New York World's Fair Comics. Then we got a little collection of Wonder Woman. I have a lot more Wonder Woman than this, but it's just a little bit of it. Those are all Golden Age. That's the first Cheetah. You can see lots of glare. These are all in mylar, so I didn't realize how glary it was. There's a Batman #3, which is the first Catwoman in costume. All-Star Comics #8, which is the first Wonder Woman, and then there's #1 Wonder Woman #1 next to it. And I'm trying to... We got Doctor Strange, first appearance in Strange Tales 110. First Fantastic Four. Second Fantastic Four. Third Fantastic Four, when they actually get their costumes. Then we got Doctor Doom's first appearance. And then we got X-Men #1. Avengers #1. Amazing Fantasy 15, first Spider-Man. Spider-Man #1. Hulk #1. Hulk #2, and then Daredevil #1. And then we got at the very bottom row are all kind of my SOTI slabs, not all of them, but some of the key ones. Haunt of Fear, Journey of Fear, Weird Fantasy, Famous Crimes, All Top Comics, Reformed Schoolgirl. I really like that one. That's a really great comic. And Meet Cloris Archer. And then it's Phantom Lady. Then we got a hanging cover. This is a really great cover from Ranger Comics. That was Not many people realize that that is a Soti one, but it is a Soti one. Then we got Rula, 22. And then this is a really great Blue Beetle cover. It's the kind of headlight cover one. And then we got the Crime Suspense Stories, which is not a Soti book, but it's kind of related to that whole, trial that led to the end of the Golden Age. Really love that comic. That's number 22, Crime Suspense Stories. And then going up this side, we got some Swamp Thing, number 1, and his first appearance in House of Secrets. Then we got some Doctor Strange. And then we got Conan and Red Sonja. And then we have Space Adventures. And I just like the fact that it's a set where it's Space Adventures and Out of This World, which is the Bruce Timm cover. And then we got Iron Man and Submariner, and then Iron Man's solo title, and then Submariner's solo title. And this is the first Tiger Shark, which is just a really great cover. Very underappreciated book, in my opinion. And then we got the Flash, my Flash series. We got the first Silver Age Flash title. And then we got I just got this one recently, first Gorilla Grodd, and then first Captain Boomerang, and then Flash 123, which is the first kind of crossover between Golden Age Flash and modern Silver Age Flash. And then we got Blue Beetle, first Question, and then this is the first Peacemaker, and then this is the first Blue Beetle. And then we got the first appearance of the Atom, Captain Atom. And then we got my Warlocks thing. And we got the first appearance of him. First title with Warlock, Power of Warlock, which is Marvel Premiere number 1. And then we got Strange Tales featuring Warlock. 178, which is the first appearance of Magnus, which is the evil version of Warlock. And then we got the first Gamora. And then at the bottom, I can show you quickly, got a bunch of Fantastic Four. I just really stacked all my Fantastic Four. So, and a lot of great key issues. So that's the first Submariner. Then we got number 6, which is the kind of team up between Doctor Doom and Submariner. Then we got some nice Golden Age stuff, like Moon Girl number 1. Got a nice Bondage cover with wings. Another Bondage cover right next to it is Wonder Comics number 15. I really love that comic. And then we got some more Fantastic Four. The whole row in behind is the Fantastic Four row. Just got kind of buried. And then we got, this is the first appearance of Blonde Phantom. This is All Select Comics number 11. And then we got Matt Baker cover in the background there. And then we got Fighting Yank 23, just nice Schomburg cover. And then we got Planet Comics, just a cool Medusa comic. And then we got the first Huntress, and this is in Sensation Comics number 68. And then we got Junior number 15. And then we got a Wonder Woman number 8. So, and then behind it, actually, I should show you this one behind it because it's kind of special, is All-Star Comics number 5, which is the first appearance of Hawkgirl, where she's in costume. She actually makes an appearance earlier. We got first Dane Whitman as the Black Knight. And we got a whole bunch of others. There's a whole bunch of stuff in behind. So you can see this is Tomorrow, Wilbur number 5, which is the first Katie Keene. Whole bunch of cool stuff. Okay, so that's the main kind of section. There's like so many more books in there. And then we got all the ones up top. So we got my little collection of police comics. There's actually, they're kind of layered. So there's more than what's showing there actually. And then we got first Miss Mask. That's Exciting Comics number 51. Then we got the first Princess Panther. Panther. And then we got Blonde Phantom. Just not a key issue or anything, just kind of cool one. Then we got my little air fighters section, which is like Airboy, and this is the first appearance of Valkyrie. It's sort of like my little Valkyrie collection. I kind of like Valkyrie, so that's Dave Stevens' cover, and got some more Valkyrie kind of sexy covers. And then next to it is kind of like I don't know why I have it all mixed up like this. So we got Terry Toons, and then in behind we got the first Enchantress, like you can see, first Enchantress. And then we got really great Silver Surfer number 4, just a great cover as I drop the Terry Toons. And then we got the first, I'm dropping everything. I'm going to show these just because without dropping them anymore. They're okay because they're in like really good bags, but I'll show you all the stuff that was back there. And a lot of these, it's kind of that way where it's just like piled on piles of comics. So then we got some Miss Mask. Just really like those covers. That's her first cover appearance, actually. The one on the left. And then we got Tim Holt. And then we got Black Phantom. That's her first solo series. And then in behind it is her first appearance. I'm just dropping everything today. This is so annoying. It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay. And then we got, at the very bottom, we got my Super Pets. And then the first Injustice. Legion of Supervillains, I should say. And then my next row is some more X-Men. Just kind of key issues for X-Men. And then we got some Golden Age stuff. That's the first Sally the Sleuth in Crime Smashers number 2. Actually, first cover, I should say. She actually makes her first appearance in Crime Smashers number 1, which is a SOTY book that is not shown here. But then we got Molly O'Day, Super Sleuth. That's her first appearance. And it's also the first book from Avon, so that's kind of cool. And we got another Avon book, which is Dracula, first appearance. And that's Eerie number 12, kind of a rare book, kind of hot actually right now. Then we got a Wings 92, just a cool cover. And then we got some cool Batman at the bottom. You can see more boxes. I have so many boxes of stuff. And then in the bottom here, I have like just some modern comics. I just like these Witchblades and my Zatanna and Chew number 1. And then we got in this corner, there's like you can almost see in behind. You can see there's like just stacks of comics in behind. It goes quite deep, and then there's like these big boxes in behind, each of these where even more comics are being stored. I have about 20,000 comics, I believe. So there's like some modern comics, and some more modern comics like first Miss Marvel and. Just first, Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel as well. And then we got some Strange Tales, Brother Voodoo, first, first Mandarin. And then we got this is actually sort of the first appearance of Captain America in the Silver Age. I know there's another one that they always consider, but that's actually earlier. And then we got Phantom Stranger, next row. And as I said, there's lots of comics in behind, which I can't really get to unless I move all those things out. And then we got... Next, what I do is I hide a lot of my short boxes with comics in front of them. And then so these were all like Schomburg covers. These are all Alex Schomburg. great Golden Age artist. And then we got my Ninja Turtles section. And it's layered as well. So there's actually cool books in behind that just got kind of layered. And these are like, you can even see some, like there's, you can sort of see how it is in behind. There's just slabs and then there's comics. It's just piled up in behind. It's a little bit disorganized. I have to organize it a bit better. We got all my Image covers to Crime Suspense Stories number 22. And then we got some cool, like sort of a montage of Golden Age great artists. Like we got on the left is L.B. Cole, middle is Schomburg again, and then the last one is Matt Baker. All great artists. I guess my three of my top 4 favorite artists from the Golden Age. And then we got next kind of row is all my, like, well, not all, but some of my EC comics, kind of some cool ones. The one in the middle I really like. It's like a really great story. And then we got my Vampirella toy in the original box. And then we got another Vampirella, modern one, and Katie Keene in between. And in behind is actually, the boxes in behind are kind of cool stuff in there. Lots of good girl art stuff. And then just more, then my long boxes again. And at the very top, I could maybe show it. I'm going to just kind of zoom up this way. Kind of a weird angle. I'm sorry for the weird angle. We got first Silk, first Miles Morales. I actually thought it was a higher grade. It needs to be pressed. I should have sent it pressed. I should have pressed it. It could probably be a 9.4 or 9.6 maybe, because there's no breaks or anything. Then we got first Nick Fury, first Suicide Squad, first Doom Patrol, first Beast Boy, I should say, Beast Boy. And then we got, one sec here. Actually, I'm going to pause it for 1 sec. So this is a better angle. So I just figured this would be better. So we got Calypso, first appearance in House of Secrets, 61, I believe. And then we got first Transformers, number 1. Then we got Mystery in Space, which is kind of a cool Hawkman cover. I don't know if you can see it. And then we got Hawkman number 4, which is the first Zatanna. Hawkman number 1. And then we got Brave and the Bold, 34, which is the first appearance of the Silver Age Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And then we got America Greatest Comics number 2, which is the first Steamboat. I like Steamboat. And then we got James Carter of Mars. That's the first Deja Thoris. We got a nice, really cool Submariner Golden Age comic in behind, which has just a really great cover. It's like a bondage cover. I'm not sure. You can't really see it because it's blocked by the other comics. And then we got my 2 first appearances of the Peanuts. They're kind of both considered to be the first appearance of the Peanuts, so I got both of them. And then we got Amazing Adventures number 1. And then we got the first appearance of Spawn. There's like a bunch of those. Like all 3 of those in the corner are all considered to be the first appearance of Spawn. Yeah, so those are, so Hellboy, I should say. Hellboy is the one in the middle here. I'm going to zoom in on it. That's the first appearance of Hellboy. Sorry. And then we got 2 first appearances of Spawn. Rust number 1 and Malibu Sun, 13, which is kind of a key issue. And then we got the first appearance of the Gunslinger. That's right there, Spawn 174. And then we got the first Crow. Then we got the first Walking Dead. And then I'll show some more Walking Dead. First Governor, first Michonne. And then we get into Walking Dead number 1. And then I really love Mad Comics. So that's Mad Comics 1 and 9. So first Mad Comics. And that is kind of the whole tour I'm just going to sort of show it again. Try to go slowly so that you can see everything. I can show you the showcase up above, and you can see how the door, where it opens and goes out into that little hallway where it leads to this whole crazy room. Now, there's a couple, if you've made it this far, you're going to get to see the extra little surprise. So I'm just going to show you. Like, I have all these cabinets, and inside you can see it's filled. These are all gold coins. It's all filled with gold coins. So my coin collection is in all these little shelves. So just filled with like coins, like all those shelves. They're just stacked. You wouldn't believe it's amazing how many coins I can fit into these little shelves. Just piled with coins, silver and gold, and just random coins that I collected. But in here, in this little section, this is all my Golden Age collection. So you can see it's just like huge boxes, and even comics stacked on top, and slabs, and a whole bunch of comics inside. These are all like Golden Age comics. So that's kind of like the little secret to this room, where I have this little extra cabinet where it's all the Golden Age comics are stored. Okay, so one second. I'm going to pause. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my comic room. It was kind of weird. I'm not sure how it came across. I don't know. I'll have to watch it afterwards and see how it scanned, because I had to pause a bunch of times and sort of use a little ladder in order to kind of show you some of the things in the room. But there's just so many books. As I said, I have about 20,000 books, and the room's getting pretty full. It's getting pretty full. You know, it's one of those things where I really have to figure out how to kind of manage the room better and sort my comics a bit better. But yeah, it's one of those things I'm planning on doing this year. But for now, this has been my comic room tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll do this again next year, and you'll see even bigger books. So it's going to be, each year is going to be slightly better. You know, if you watch my one from last year, you'll see that I've improved my collection quite a bit in the last year. And I plan to do the same this year. Yeah, it was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.